The micro-blox was the idea. The Lego system, probably now, 20 years later, we have that situation that we really have a couple of products that combine nicely with each other from short-range, GNSS, cellular communications. The original idea, I think, is still there. These building blocks, we don't do end devices, we do components that go into larger systems.
No, early days, man, we were still a small team. We were, for the first 2 years, we were still at the ETH in the office there, and about 5-6 people working on the project. It was the main challenge for me was at that time to really ramp up production. There to annual volume of about 100,000 units per year. Now we produce that every 8 hours.
We were kind of naive back then. We thought we were brilliant engineers, and that's all it takes to make those products. And that's also how we approached that thing. We thought, let's just do it, and then people will come and sell it. So that we had to learn the hard way.
That was really, I think, in hindsight, the biggest challenge, to change from a company that believes technology is good and all the people will just come and buy it, to a company that actively markets products and brings them to the whole world. And we had to build a sales organization. We had to build marketing. We had to learn that it takes a while to design in stuff, that customers need support.
The environment around us was not as you would see today, with a lot of startup support that you would get from universities or from private entities. That was just not established yet back then.
We decided to go much deeper, to also get more value out of this for the company. So by really getting into the details of developing all the software, developing all the silicon, we could provide much more value to the customer, and that made us really successful, and we established a market leadership in this area of GNSS.
I mean, if we are honest to ourselves, I would say the biggest factors for success are primarily, 90% or more is based on luck. We didn't really choose GPS as such. It was that industry partner initially who brought the subject of GPS, and for us it was just some technology that we could use with special electronics packaging. Also later on, we had a lot of luck. This downturn situation that we had forced us to focus, which was a good thing, and then GPS took off. And also later on, when we IPO'd, the timing was fantastic because it was just a few months before the world economic crisis, world financial crisis started. It was pure luck. Nobody really foresaw that. And the timing was so good that we had a good valuation, and afterwards everything went down the drain.
You may also call it luck, but we could also compose a quite exceptional team, I think. It's certainly also a lucky coincidence to find those people at the right point in time, but I think it's also, I think we care about people, and people like to live and work in u-blox, and I think that's also one part of our story.
The only strategy that we can follow is following the innovation path. As soon as things become a commodity, it's quite difficult for us to stick to those sockets. So I think it's the way forward, how we can justify our existence also in the future, which also explains why we are heavily investing into research, into development. Innovation also in the sense of renewing ourselves, also internally, how we organize ourselves, being constantly on the move. I think that is a prerequisite. So I think innovation is key in this company.
We are not just innovative on the product side, that we are also innovative on the service side, how we handle customers, how we deal with other partners. I think it's really, we need to be and keep that innovation on different levels, and I think that's important, that we see that as a company and that we can build the success on that.